Happy New Year! Welcome into the video, welcome into the channel. Hope everyone's doing well out there. And yes, it's that time again because you can read the title of the video or look at a thumbnail, but it's time to talk LG software updates. And for me, this is going to be the first one of 2026. We're barely a few days in at the time of filming. And what I love about this update is it's not even on the internet, not even on the LG website. They only sent it to me so that I could be the first to review it and let you know if it's trash or not. All kidding aside, what you're looking at is my 77-inch LG G4. Let's jump right in. Let's show you the new version number, which again, I'm sure you read already, but I'm going to say it anyway. It's going to support software update, and current firmware version I've been on for a while is 3.3.22.75, but look down here and support and software update is available. The new version number is going to be 3.3.22.85. And what I will tell you about this is this did not just randomly pop up on my G4. I had to go hunting for this. In other words, that's what I do for this channel. You know, I come in here randomly and I just click check for updates because that's what I do on this channel, baby. Anyway, all right, so if you're new to my channel, I do LG software update videos mainly because a lot of times these things bring more problems than benefits. So I'll let you know if I have any problems during install. That way you can just not even start it. And then after installing it, I'll let you know how that went. And then we'll kind of take a look around the menu, see if we can figure out what actually comes with it. So without further ado, let's get things going. Wish me luck, guys. You know how these updates are. I might get to the end of this update and my display not even turn back on. Boy, wouldn't that be a fun way to start 2026. Although LG did just announce, I don't know, I want to call it announce, but there is information out there about the 2026 models and, well, that G6. I hope my wife's not watching this video because, you know, if this were to break, air quotes break, from a software update, that would kind of force me to get that G6. Might be a reason, right? Anyway, enough blabbering. I'll pick things up after this is all the way at 100%. All right, sorry guys, I am gonna pop back in real quick here before the install is done. You could see I'm at 75%. I'm working on a little over 5 minutes of install here, so not too quick, but not too slow, I would guess. But there is one problem from 3.3.22.75 that I really hope is fixed on the new version number, and that's gonna be losing connectivity with this right here. You know, the Magic Remote. Every now and then, you know, it's random too, that's the annoying part, but every now and then it loses WAN functionality, and the only way to do anything to interact with the TV interface is to use like the D-pad buttons, and that's pretty annoying. I mean, I know the WAN functionality is kind of a gimmick at this point. It's been around forever, and I'll be honest, coming from Sony displays, I didn't even think I would like it, but having had it for so long now, I've actually really grown to like that I guess I'll call it a feature. And whenever the remote loses that functionality, now it's annoying, right? That it's not there. So anyway, I'm hopeful that this update fixes that. And I jump back in to ask you, what sort of bugs and errors are you having with your version number that you hope this update fixes? Leave those in the comment section below. All right, let's get this install finished. And cue the and here we go. Software update has been installed. It'll be applied. I'm guessing that said when you restart your TV, it went away so quickly. Total install time was approximately 9 minutes, not 8, not 10. We're going with 9. So not too bad there. No complications during install. So you should be good to go there. But the fun part is still to come. Let me go ahead and get the TV turned off. I'm gonna let it sit for 3 or 4 minutes or so. That way it's like what I would consider completely shut down. And I'll fire it back up and we'll see if we can find anything new. All right, had to cut the broadcast there because the TV started to go into a mild seizure just after loading into the home menu on the Apple TV 4K. I decided not to leave the camera rolling for it. But anyway, we're back. Things look okay right now. I have not picked up the Magic Remote yet to see if it's connected, so wish me luck there. You know, here it is right there. Let's go ahead and press and hold the settings button. Okay, that's a good sign. Functionality wand is there. Feels pretty good. All right, so let's go back into support and software update, and there it is, 33.22.85. And guys, if you're new to my channel, I'm such a nerd that I kind of pay attention also to the version numbers and to see if there's like a big change. That'll give me kind of a clue on whether this is going to come with some big new features. And the fact that this is such a kind of a very small change from the prior version number, I'm not expecting to find anything in the menus, but as customary in these videos, I am going to go through them anyway. So, and it also gives me a chance to make sure this wand functionality is continuing to work. But let's go ahead and head up to picture. And we'll go into the mode because I like to see if they've added one in here. And even though I know this personalized picture one is kind of the quote unquote new picture mode that they put in on WebOS 23 models, you know, LG, why don't you have some fun? Let us have some fun with this. Put in some new picture modes. Yeah, they might be garbage. We might never use them. I mean, there are some people out there that actually just fire up vivid mode and go to work. Others just turn the display on and leave it in standard, which a lot of times it just comes in auto power save, so that's not a good idea. But then, you know, there's kind of those of us that take the next step and we utilize some of these other ones like Filmmaker and do all our settings from there. But it would be kind of fun to have some random new one show up in here. Leave me some comments below. Would you like to see some new picture modes, or you really don't care because you know you can just customize Filmmaker mode and get what you're looking for anyway? But it would just be cool to see it. Let's head on out of there. There's that good old personalized picture wizard. I still need to go through it again. You know, I've been kind of hearing some rumors out there that they've improved this over the last couple of years. I almost want to put it to the test. Maybe I'll record a video. Leave a comment if you'd like to see me do a video where you can get my raw reaction to the end result image from going through the process on this. All right, aspect ratio, we don't need to do anything. Advanced settings, let's go to brightness. And one of the things I look for in here is if they've unlocked anything. And everything's unlocked here, which, you know, has not always been the case, at least for my LG displays. A lot of times if I have something like an SDR image going on here, you know, stuff like peak brightness was locked, you know, auto dynamic contrast was locked. I believe even adjusting the contrast was locked. These things were locked before some of the most recent updates. So cool to see these are still here. So we'll go back. I didn't see anything new. Let's go to color. Color depth was another one that was locked prior. I've had this one now for the last couple of software updates. Let's see, gamut, fine tune, we'll just double check. Discount, double check, okay, nothing there. White balance, okay, everything kind of seems in order. I'm gonna go in here just for the heck of it. You know, they haven't added any of that, so that's kind of a bummer. Let's back up. Let's complete the round robin here, the round table, and go in here. This is what I'm talking about. See how they have something grayed out here? This is what I was talking about before. This makes sense to me just because this is an SDR. This is also not PC, but that's cool. So nothing in the top side actual picture settings looks new here. Let's go to sound. Let's just take a look around. You see here they have it grayed out. That's because I'm utilizing an AV receiver plugged in. Let's go to advanced settings. I haven't been in here in a while. Okay, is this what I'm talking about? Everything is grayed out because I'm not utilizing the TV speakers. Screen sound, select HDMI. Okay, none of this looks new. So we're done there. And I'm not going to go through the, you know, the general. I mean, you know, I'll be here for an hour if I go through that. So on the surface, guys, not seeing anything new, but let's talk about whether I recommend you install this update. Okay, recommendation time here on my 77-inch LG G4. And if you have a G4 out there and you're wondering whether you should install this update, I'm going to put it to you this way. And I hate to be kind of a fence rider here, but this is the way I have to say it because everybody's display is a little bit different. But from my perspective, if your concern is, will the TV itself break, you know, if I actually install this, like the installation process breaks it, I say you're okay there. Again, your mileage may vary. I had no concerns during install that my display was bricked or done for. But as far as new features, no new features from what I can tell. This is going to be your fixing minor bugs, general maintenance update, kind of correcting some problems they brought with .75, the last update. And I'm going to say it in this video because a lot of you don't watch every video of mine, but if you're new to LG displays, I'm going to talk to you for just a second about their software updates in general. And you can look at those updates based on two things. One, there's a very small percentage chance you'll get an actual new feature. I could tell you once per year, you're almost guaranteed to get new features because they're going to give you a WebOS upgrade in general. So you'll get the stuff that's on the newest displays, which is cool. Outside of that, very small chance, like under 10% chance. The other side of it is that you got the downside, which is on every single LG software update that comes out, whether it's something bringing a new feature or not, it is a very, very strong likelihood it's going to bring you some new bugs and problems that you didn't have before. And that's a risk that you have to be willing to take. And for me, because of what I do on this channel, I can't afford to even hesitate to do it, because again, that's what I do on this channel is I install them blindly before they even hit LG's website, before they're even widely known on the internet. As soon as I see it on my display or I have access to it, whether I can manually install it, I'm doing it for you guys. That way I can show you what happens if you install this update. So if you find that sort of thing helpful and you're not a subscriber to the channel yet, click subscribe and turn on the bell. It really helps my small channel out. And if you find me entertaining, or you want to help support my channel in general, or you found this helpful in making a decision on whether you should install this update, click the like button. That way more people will see it. The YouTube algorithm will treat me a little nicer. And a few more people who are completely oblivious to software updates, maybe they can gain some insight on whether they want to install it. But hey, I'm going to get out of here now and enjoy the new software update. I'm also going to get to work testing it. So if you want to see some results based on if I find some bugs and something that breaks, hit subscribe, turn on that bell. But with all that being said, until the next one.